Mm-hmm. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you're watching this video. Today we're back with Dear God by Ren. Rob actually requested this a while ago. I'm so sorry it took me so long to do this, Rob. Love you. But I slacked a little bit, and then, it's okay. We're here now. But I'm really excited to get into this because this is a great song. We watched this on stream, but it's a little harder to break things down on stream, so we didn't get to break it down, and I was really excited to do that. So here we are. If you haven't been to the stream, by the way, come check those out. We just get to jam out, hang out with each other. We haven't done one in a while because I've been sick, and so hopefully we'll get to do one soon. But without further ado, love you all. Let's jump right into it. Okay.
Hello. It's Ren. I don't really know how to start this letter. Oh, fuck it. Is this life?
One thing that's so cool, even just in that opening, is like there's like almost like a space in the room you can feel. Like there's this distance between him and there's like this echo. It encompasses the distance that he feels between himself and God in this moment, whether it's the distance of power or distance of like a lack of consideration for his where he is. And it's like that space, you can feel it in the production itself. That even it's Ren, it's almost like that's when you're calling someone who knows who you are, but you haven't talked to them for a while, so it's kind of awkward. I really like that. That's so cool. And then that ding, it's almost like a daydream happening, like he's just thinking about it. That's so cool. We've got clouds in the background.
Is this life really what it seems? Cause lately I've been in this place between awakened dreams. I know I only reach out to you when I'm feeling blue. I promise I'm not using you, I'm just confused. I've got some questions I would like some answers to. Like, is there meaning to this state of short existence? My existential thoughts show hope there are, cause I'm resistant to thinking that there won't be something better in the distance. And God, is there an afterlife where pain is non-existent? If you're wrong.
Yo, true. Like, when you're going through a really rough patch of life, you're like, God damn, at the end of this life, there better be a heaven. Because if there isn't, what was the point of everything that I'm suffering through? And that's the kind of thoughts that actually lead you back to God. And that's in for those who are not faithful, I suppose. And so that's kind of what he's experiencing here, where it's like, man, if there's something bigger than us, how is it letting things like this happen? And you get that sense of almost desperation, but also this morbid curiosity of like, you can't possibly be telling me this is what's permitted to happen. And if there's nothing at the end of this line that I'm on that's been just paved with suffering, then what was I going through all that for? You know what I mean? And you can hear that in the way that he's asking these questions. Oh, that's so good. Ren is such a great writer.
Better in the distance. And God, is there an afterlife where pain is non-existent? If you're up there, God, do you sit upon the throne? Or are you a humble soul wearing sandals and tattered clothes? Do you mingle with the people like an equal? Then on Sundays just kick back and chill and put your feet up? Did I really choose this life that I'm living now? Will my sins be forgiven if I speak them out? I won't lie to you, God, if there is a heaven, I really hope I get there, cause for real it sounds like heaven.
Oh my God, if there is a heaven, I hope I get there, because for real it sounds like heaven. Where like it's such a mystical place, almost like a fiction that you're saying, and it's like it sounds like heaven. This place that's supposed to exist, but that you wish to get to, so you really hope that it does exist. That's so cool. I love that. And then you get that sense of almost like just the walls are closing in, and it's making him like lead into these kinds of thoughts that he's bringing to the surface in the song, right? And it's that idea that like, are you like, when you think of God, do you think of this almighty being, or do you think of someone who has to be able to relate in some way to us, right? Are they relatable to us? And these are all the questions that you have when thinking of something omnipotent like this. And then in that same sense, you start thinking about like, if they are someone like us, why would they let stuff like this happen? And if they aren't someone like us, if there's something so much greater, then how could we ever even like feel the ability to relate, right? But we want to relate. That's what he's trying to do right now. He wants to relate to God in the sense to get a grasp on what's going on in the world. That's cool, man. God damn.
For real, it sounds like heaven. Reading past the lines, I just let go.
Ooh.
Searching for profits, my faith it is paper thin. So many questions in my mind, They replay like an echo.
Oh, that's the echo we were talking about earlier too.
They never stop. My Messiah is porcelain. Dear God,
my Messiah is porcelain, like it's made of fragile material. And so like if it falls, it crumbles, and maybe it's already fallen. And so that sense of faith that we had is crumbled. And that's kind of why our Messiah is porcelain. Wow, what a line. Holy smokes. Okay.
Dear God, why do people kill each other in your name? Is it really what you want, or have we lost our way? Cause it seems like religion can cause division, or people living in prisons of moral values they're given. What is right?
People living in prisons of moral values they're given, because it's like they're trapped in this cage of what their expectations are based off of religion, because religion can lead to a lot of faulty thinking. And it's not that religion is intended to be that way. It's that religion can be misconstrued. Right now, again, I'm not the most religious person, but I can understand having faith. And I think faith can be twisted, especially by those in such a difficult situation, that it often leads to stuff like these moments being shown where it's war against one another based off of religion. And then the idea of like, God, if you exist, wouldn't you want us to coexist? Why would this be happening as a result of your scriptures, right? Why would you allow it to be twisted in this way? And that's kind of the questions that are surfacing in his mind as he looks around at the world, seeing all the problems begin to kind of overflow. Oh my God, damn, Ren. Wow. I really like that line. People living in the prisons of moral values they're given. God.
Moral values they're given. What is right and what is wrong? Am I a sinner if I don't comply with everything that Moses said, or is that dumb? And why do people disguise hatred in your name? Homophobia, a history of violent wars and causing pain. High priests in the tower stacking riches. Women burnt at the stakes called witches.
Bro.
In the name of God, Allah, Zeus, Jesus. People claiming lives justified by your allegiance.
Bro, that's just it, right? It's like if you can almost organize a faith to be a weapon. And that's what's happened in our past. And it's like, how is this permissible? How is this allowed to happen? How are we fighting over religion? It's a faith. If you have a faith in a belief in something beyond yourself, that's great. Other people might have a faith or belief in something else different from what you believe in. But as long as you all have your own faith and don't try to push your faith on other people, or, you know, be like, my faith is better than your faith, then we can all live happily in our hopes and our beliefs, and it'd be totally fine. But you often see these wars and battles, and you see it right now, Israel, Palestine, like that, the stuff happening right now. There's this division, and then that leads to other divisions elsewhere in the world, like Islamophobia, stuff like that, like that just begin to almost parasitically become part of society as a result of this other war going on over here. But it all comes back to this idea, like, is religion not supposed to be helping? How is it creating more problems? And of course, this is where Ren's mind is at. Like, how is this permissible? Oh my God.
Lives justified by your allegiance. I think it's more complex than good versus evil. I think that there's both darkness and light inside people.
Hey.
Through different eyes, a man called a terrorist could be a freedom fighter if he's fighting for the side you're with.
Yeah.
Reading past the line.
Yo, I love that, because it really encourages critical thinking. You know what I mean? Like, sure, everywhere that you get media, everywhere that you get news, you're blasted with these ideas that are filled with biases, right? Even this video itself, I have biases that exist. I have preconceived cognitions that exist that will influence the way that I think about things and influence the way that I see things. And so you could be someone who is in a place where you're seeing people fight for freedom, and they're your heroes. But if you're on the other side of that, the side that's being told that those people are trying to kill your family, not being told that those people are trying to survive and live their life as well because they've been put under societal pressures that have been basically pushing them down the entire time, then yeah, you're gonna be like, yeah, those guys are terrorists. They're terrible people. But it's a matter of coming to an understanding between one another and seeing what are the root causes that lead to these problems. What are the issues that have kind of bubbled up this momentum of action that is being taken place, and it's trying to sift through that and understand truly what's going on. That needs to be done. Understanding needs to be had, and that only happens through conversation, not through war, not through combat, not through battle, not through any of that. It's discussion and discourse and understanding. And I love Ren, man. Ren is so good. I'm sorry, my voice is also still kind of messed up, so I apologize for that.
Fighting for the side you're with.
What a great way to put that.
I just let go. Searching for profits, my faith it is paper thin. So many questions in
my faith, it is paper thin. And when you think about where a lot of faith comes from, it comes from like a Bible or Quran or like Guru Granth Sahib, like just a type of book that holds our faith in the book, so it's paper thin, bro. But then also it's like his faith is paper thin because he feels like it's falling apart, like it doesn't exist anymore. It could just blow away with the wind. Red is such a brilliant writer.
So many questions in my mind, they replay like an echo. They never stop, my Messiah is porcelain. So is it ignorant to claim that we know what you want? And if I fast for the Sabbath, is that what you want? Or is tradition just superstition, religion, the human vision just crafted out of people's ambition? Listen, I knew a girl that lost a baby before it was born. What's the purpose of that, God? What is it for? Why did my best friends die before I hit 25? Is it because there's something better in the afterlife? God, I've been feeling suicide.
Yo, and there it is. And you kind of feel the darkness seeping in, and even the font now is against a black gradient. It's nothing else is there. It's just this black that's almost like the idea of death itself. And that it all led to like, these are the questions where the questions kind of started bubbling up from. It's like, I'm facing all of these issues, and these issues exist in the world, issues that no one with humanity could allow to exist with as much power as a god is said to have. And so it leads to questions like, is this what you intended to happen? Or is this just a lack of empathy? And or is there just nothing out there? And if that's the case, that might even be worse, because we want there to be something else, something better than the chaos and discordance that life can be in its darkest times. And that's where these questions start to surface and bubble, and his mind begins to enter this lonely train of thought. Like the friends that he's lost, the friend whose baby passed away before they were born. Damn, man. Ren just like, his emotions, you can just feel them in everything that he does. I love it so much.
25, is it because there's something better in the afterlife? God, I've been feeling suicidal lately. Mental health is worsening, it feels like it might break me. If you're watching, you know that I've been strong, but God, how much longer do I have to hold on? Please just give me some solace, so that I know you've got my back. Please just give me some relief. God, is that too much to ask?
Wow. And there it is, right? There's that moment where he's like, I've been feeling like I'm on the edge. Like, I almost want to just get to that afterlife and have that answered for me. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I'm not getting that answer where I'm at right now, so I might as well find out, because where I'm at currently in the world of the living, where he's in, it's paved with frustrations, it's paved with sickness, it's illness, it's pain, it's trauma, it's sorrow. And damn, it can't just be this, is like kind of what's going through his mind. And it leads him to these questions of, God, you have to exist, and if you do exist, please grant me some solace from this pain, because I don't know how much more I can take. I don't know how much longer I can stand this. And it leads me to not just questions about your existence, but questions about my own existence, and whether I want to stay here or not, or whether I want to find out if the afterlife does exist, because it's supposed to be this promised land where we experience all the passions and pleasures of heaven. And so if that exists, why would I deal with this here? Oh my God, what an amazing. And what I really like is, like, it wasn't really rapped, it wasn't really sang, it was almost like he was just speaking a letter. This is like his letter to God, but musicified, if that's a word, using production, and then also just the tone changing, where you can really feel it. Like in that last little bit there, he becomes solemn, he becomes almost like he's alone, like he's given up. And then the writing is now against just a black screen, because he's turned off everything else. It's just his mind is just focused on that darkness that exists. And that's where the words start to kind of pop into his mind. Wow, man. Amazing. Ren is always just so stellar. Wow, that was heavy, but I feel that, man. So, like, for myself, I'm not a very religious person. I have faith that there might be something bigger than us, or at least something that connects us all in some way, shape, or form. But I don't know that any religion has it pegged, and I don't know what it could look like necessarily, but these are questions that I've had, right? These are questions that are coming to my mind in the darkest times, and I think it's just human nature in a sense. And I really like that he even says that in as part of the song where he says, is religion actually based on something powerful, or is that based off of humans twisting ideas to exist in a way that allows them to gain some sort of advantage, right? And that we've seen in religion. That happens all the time. People are able to either gather riches and gather power and gather just status based off of religion, or twist an entire population's mindset based on religion, and it can be done towards an agenda. And not that every religion does this, and not that everyone who practices religion intends for this, but it can happen and it has happened, which leads to a lot of different questions that exist around religion. And again, like I said earlier, if you have faith, if you believe in something, more power to you, right? I'm totally fine with that. The issue is when people try to push their religion or push their ideals on other people, that becomes a problem. Wow, what a song. Jeez. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like, comment, or subscribe, or don't. Who am I to tell you? Make sure that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, your year is better than your month. Love you all, and I will see you on the next one.